Doma Castle. Storyline based, so we're going to skip it. For the tank, up your tank stance when you get in. Apologies in advance to anybody watching this if I become incoherent. I've been sick. Tylenol plus fever. So just keep that in. No big pulls. Hello. This is a dungeon that I would not recommend running ahead, because there are going to be a lot of spawning mobs that are going to go for the person that's in the lead, and if the tank's not in the lead, it's just higher possibility of things to go wrong. But take sound effects down to 50 or so. They're kind of loud. I feel like they kind of drown me out some. Right, we got this huge section with a bunch of Doman slashers, and that's also why you don't regen on pulls. And sometimes they toss up a defensive thing that you run into before you realize tossed it up. Well, the other thing as a tank, I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. Click off all of the regens where you pull. Now, ideally, I would pull it up there, but I'm just being safe right now. Got a group of people that trust and you can run this with that are actually doing pretty. If you got a good healer and good DPS and you can tear things down quickly, you can actually pull this entire section and all of these sections up to the gates. One of the reasons that they've put the gates in various locations is to prevent people from doing the big pulls, getting frustrated, and ending. And by having the natural barriers in there to the extremely large pulls, I'm not liking you. Spending too much time. At the same time, that's also my fault for not using any defensive cooldowns. So, keep track of your defensive cooldowns. And gunship. Kind of want to kill the gunship first. A lot of times the other guys get killed first because they are not as beefy. But the AoE that is hitting you all along this section is coming from this gunship. Now before recent expansions and changes to the game, there were issues with threat generation, and it's no longer an issue. Tanks basically have... Tanks are rarely pulled off of unless somebody is actively trying. Okay, first boss, the Magitek Rearguard. See a lot of these flying bits off to the side and back. they are going to be used in this fight. Boss does a lot of AoEs, ground-based AoEs, like Garland Fire. You just move. It's a moving, rolling AoE, I guess you could call it. Alright, bits have become active. You're going to shoot out, you want to dodge those. Then you're going to have the chips on the side. If these things touch you, they will explode and deal damage. Just adjust your positioning. And thank you to Moon for illustrating why you pay attention to the sides. Alright, now about halfway through, the bits are going to start firing more concentrated. So you're going to have a smaller area to stand in. Alright, we've got clear on both sides where I'm at. And he'll also double the area for the ground fire. And you can stand in the little tiny section clean. Just make sure that you are good with your positioning before thing goes off. You know what you're doing, you don't really have to move much during this fight. If you pay attention, you won't get hit at all. First boss down. Jump in the water. Only half deep water. Another section where you don't want to be running ahead of the tank. Establish threat on that. Threat on those guys. And here. Mainly because some people like to get the treasure chest. Yeah, we'll pop our cooldowns this time because I'm paying attention, not talking about something else. One way that you can speed up the process is stunning the last guy and then running ahead so that others can't run with you. Along here, you just want to time yourself properly so that you don't get hit by the AoE from the battlements. Embrasure? Is that the right word? Gonna be the last one left alive. We'll go like that. That out. Doma Castle, not one of my favorites, but it is one of the easier ones. regen issue again. Most of this trash is simple, you just dodge out of stuff. And eventually you'll make it to boss number 2. Okay. If I recall correctly, this boss, which is one of the mechanics for the final boss. Similar mechanic. Got a stack mechanic, so stack for that. Stop the stack immediately. Yep. This is the mechanic that carries through. Now, don't have to do it right now, but I'm going to have to momentarily. When you run into that barrier, it's going to deal damage and knock you back. Some instances, you have to do it. Okay, we don't have to do it this time. When one of these pillars comes up, you need at least one person standing in it. Don't need everybody standing in it. Usually the tank can soak one. If there's more than one, then you have to have DPS or the healer take it. So this is when you see the grid appear, go to the place that you think you're going to need to go. I'm running over here. Eve is going over there. Good. But 2 people hit barriers, so they disappeared. You're going to do Divine Veil. Got the heal off just in time to get the barrier up. Oh, I'm gonna get hit by one, aren't I? Okay, no. But he is gonna do the point blank AoE. Move away from that. A very simple and straightforward fight. Just in case, you always want to go and activate the mechanics. Right. Stairway. Voice isn't playing nice now. Stairwell, you basically just zigzag up stairs. Normally I would grab this group and go up to the next group. But I'm just playing safe today. And that was me using healing aggro. Not all tanks can do that. Now the reason that you just want to pull these 2 groups and not go up through the door is there is a wave-style mini-boss there. So as you deal damage to the boss, or to the big unit, smaller units are going to come out, and it's just easier to be able to focus down the big guy while collecting the extras. So, been a while since so I forgot where they spawn. So this guy's gonna do a lot of ground AoEs. Shadows have spawned. First group has spawned. This is where I switch to doing AoE damage. Second group should spawn at about 50%. Or less. Just a lot easier to focus down the big guy when you don't have all of the additional ads sitting there. Oh, I can stun it. Wonderful. Right. Final boss, we're skipping it because of the storyline and... Alright. Waiting for others to finish their cutscene. Hypertuned Grynewaht. Black Bosom Fate Reaper. I think that was a cash shop item. Alright, this guy, you want to tank him in the middle if possible. You will understand momentarily why. He's going to target somebody randomly and start shooting at them. Okay, so when you get the red thing around you, you want to move away from the boss. He is going to target somebody randomly, and they've got to keep moving if they want to avoid getting damaged by that. That is a epicenter AoE that's on someone. That's why you want to tank him near the middle. The epicenter is going to go off. They drag it to the side. You can drag the boss back to the middle. Or near enough. Alright. So he's pulled out the saw blades. Saw blades are going to move across the map. You want to be standing in an appropriate spot. Okay. Got those again. No, we need to be over here. That's why we want to be over here. So if you look at the blades, you can see the distance between them and figure out where you need to stand. This is the point where I might have to run into one of these things. It's more forgiving than it used to be. Alright, this is one of the odd ones. This is where we want to move. Right here, I believe. It's going to go that way, that way. I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Okay, there were 3 of the red marks that time. This is an easy one, you just go to the corners. Excuse me.
You will die.
Now he's going to do the cross again. He's not going to survive. And that was Doma Castle. Thank you for watching. I hope you found it informative. If you want to see more Final Fantasy XIV videos, please like, follow, and subscribe. The usual YouTube stuff. To catch me live, check out my Twitch, link in the description. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.